There is a specific kind of silence that grows between two people who used to talk every single day. Maybe it is a college roommate named Theo, or a friend named Priya who quietly moved 3 cities away. You did not have a fight, and nothing dramatic ever happened between you. One ordinary morning, you just noticed it had been 8 months, and neither of you could explain how. And now there is a message you keep meaning to send, sitting unwritten somewhere in the back of your head. You open the chat, you stare at the last thing either of you said, and then you quietly close it again. This is about the exact words to use when it has been way too long. Because the hardest part was never the friendship itself. The hardest part is always the very first sentence. Let me tell you why that first sentence feels so impossibly heavy. Your brain does something cruel with silence. It turns a simple gap into a full story about you. It whispers that they have clearly moved on, that you are the one who let it all slide. It tells you that reaching out now would be strange, needy, or somehow embarrassingly late. So you decide to wait for the perfect moment, or the perfect long message that explains everything. And that perfect message never comes, because no message could ever carry 8 months of wait. Here is the truth that quietly sets you free. Nobody on the other end is keeping score. While you were writing tragedies in your head, they were just living their ordinary, busy life. They were not sitting by the phone, silently marking down who owes who a reply. 9 times out of 10, they will simply be glad your name showed up on their screen. So the goal of that first message is not to apologize. The goal is just to open a door. Which brings us to the single most important rule of reconnecting after a long silence. Do not lead with an apology. Please, do not open with, "Sorry it has been so long." An apology makes the other person manage your guilt before they even get to say hello. It turns a warm hello into a small, awkward debt that they now have to respond to. Skip it entirely. The long gap is obvious to both of you, and it needs no ceremony. Instead, lead with them. Lead with the exact reason they crossed your mind in the first place. This is the whole secret, and it is almost embarrassingly simple once you see it. You do not reconnect by explaining the silence. You reconnect by pointing at a specific memory. Think about the real reason you thought of them today. It is never vague or abstract. You walked past a ramen place and remembered the terrible one you two loved in college. A song came on, the exact one Theo played on a loop during finals week that spring. You saw a dog that looked exactly like the scruffy one Priya swore she would adopt someday. That tiny, specific detail is your entire opening line. That is the door, right there. So you send something small and warm, like this. "Hey, I just walked past that ramen spot and thought of you." Or, "This song came on today and I was instantly back in your old apartment. How are you?" Notice what that message quietly does. It proves you remember. It proves they mattered, and still do. It asks for nothing heavy. It carries no guilt. It just gently sets a warm thing down between you. And it is so much easier for them to answer than a giant paragraph about where the time went. Now, a few honest rules for the message itself, learned the hard way. Keep it genuinely short. 1 or 2 lines is plenty. A wall of text feels like homework. Do not pack in 6 questions at once. Ask one real thing and let them actually breathe. Do not immediately try to schedule a whole reunion dinner. That is the second message, never the first. The first message has exactly one job, and that is to reopen the line. Nothing more. And whatever you do not fish for reassurance about the gap itself. Do not write, "You probably forgot about me." That quietly makes them do emotional work you should carry. Just be warm, be specific, and be genuinely easy to reply to. That is the entire craft. Let me walk you through what usually happens after you finally hit send. Sometimes they reply in 4 minutes, and it feels like no time passed at all. Sometimes they take 3 days because life is loud, and that delay means absolutely nothing about you. And yes, sometimes they do not reply, and that is a real outcome you have to be ready for. If that happens, you did not fail. You sent warmth towards someone, and warmth is never wasted. You close the loop in your own head, and you can let that quiet guilt finally go. But here is what I have watched happen far more often than the silence. One small, specific message cracks something open, and suddenly you are both typing fast again. You remember, almost with a jolt, why this person was your person in the first place. The 8 months collapse into nothing because closeness was never really about how recently you talked. It was about whether the door could still be opened. And that door is almost always unlocked. So think, right now, of the one name that has been sitting in the back of your mind. The friend, the sibling, the old mentor named Walter you keep meaning to thank properly. Do not write the perfect essay. Do not apologize for the gap or explain the whole silence. Just find the one specific memory of them that made you smile and send that today. Say, this reminded me of you. Say, you crossed my mind and I had to say hi. That single sentence is the bridge. It is smaller than your fear and stronger than the silence. The people who matter are not waiting for a perfect message. They are just waiting to hear from you. And the only thing standing between you and them is one short, warm, specific line. So send it, not tomorrow, not once things settle down. Send it while you can still feel it. Because the gap is never really the problem. The only real mistake is letting the silence win.